You're right, lads, this is a Jody Jedi here. E3 2015 has pretty much finished, and I'm going to go over all the important conferences in a number of videos. It's not just going to be the one video with all the conferences on, because that would take a while. Today, we're going to talk about, it was one of the smallest, it was the first conference really as well that was released, or that was done rather, and it was probably one of the more important ones, funny enough. And this was the Bethesda Softworks conference. Now, Bethesda, they're a one-trick pony effectively, but that's not an insult. Because one of the worst games that Bethesda have ever released is Fallout New Vegas. And Fallout New Vegas was actually pretty good. My point is that them being a one-trick pony, they only really do a couple of video games. They only do a video game about every 2, maybe 3 years. But you know what? Each game they do is fucking brilliant. Fallout New Vegas was good. Fallout 3 was amazing. Skyrim was amazing. Oblivion was one of my favourite games of all time. I love Oblivion. And now they've created Fallout 4, and you know what? It's something that I kind of wish that some game companies would do a little more often. Especially Ubisoft, because Ubisoft can be a pain in the arse for exactly what I'm about to explain, is taking the time over a game. Bethesda put their heart and soul and, more importantly, their time into a game. You know, Ubisoft love to bring Assassin's Creed out every year, but as they found out with Assassin's Creed Unity, that can be one of the worst things you can do. You do not bring out a game every year when you can't back it up, and they couldn't with Unity. Hopefully they solve the problems with Syndicate. I have a feeling they might, although I also have a feeling there'll still be glitches because it is a year after again. But you know, we can only hope for the best. What they did was they wanted to build up a little bit of hype, so about a week before the conference they actually did a countdown. Released a small trailer, you know, traditional almost Fallout trailer, you know, 50s music in the background with a bit of eeriness embedded. What it did was it had a stereotypical 1950s America house. Went between that and also obviously it blowing up, because as you know, in the Fallout universe, you know, you kind of know what happens. You know, it's all nuclear devastation. And you know, it looked amazing. Everyone was absolutely fucking wild for it, because it's been years, and I mean years, since the last Fallout, and it was a good thing. It was meant to be a good thing, because Bethesda don't do shit games, they just do maybe slightly better, slightly worse. But overall, they're at least probably about 4 out of 5, if not more. And then for the conference, they released the gameplay. You could mold the face, you know, you could do a lot. You choose between male or female, which is unusual for the Fallout franchise. And you could have done it in Skyrim and could you do it in Morrowind? I can't remember. I think you could do it in Morrowind as well. So they've done it for a while in the Elder Scrolls, but they haven't done it in Fallout for, I assume, maybe a gender specific reason, you know. Sorry about that, just got interrupted at that time. Anyways, you kind of catch the drift. It's new, it's good, and what they do is, say for example, as I probably will, because I hope to do this game for the channel in the future. It's obviously not released yet, I can't. But you choose, you know, I'd probably choose male. You have the woman. I assume the woman she just looks the way she looks. Although I think you can actually change how she looks and then be the man, and just for funsies or whatever, just make a perfect woman, I assume. And then they'll create a baby that actually looks like you, and I assume the idea is that they went into the story, and that is you're the sole survivor of Vault 111. But because they explained that they actually make a baby that ends up looking like you, it suggests that the baby probably survived. Might be a spoiler alert, I apologise, but to be honest, they shouldn't have given away this information if it was going to be a spoiler. They shouldn't have done it. But, you know, anyways, and then it shows gameplay, you know, you see the dog, you see Codsworth. Overall, looks a very, very good game. To be honest, I haven't seen many games like this. I suppose Mass Effect's probably the closest I've ever come to seeing a game that looks like the way that Fallout does, although it's first person. Although you get to choose between them, You can choose whether or not to be first or third person. It's up to, you know, that's always been up to you. and then showed, you know, gameplay, the whole, I think VRS, I think that was the name of it, which was when you could shoot incredibly accurately in slow time. It just slowed down time massively, you'd pick your shots, you know, that kind of thing. And overall it looked amazing. It really did. Bethesda, as I said before, Bethesda, sorry about that, another interruption. As I was saying, Bethesda never really make a bad game. I've never seen a shit game come from Bethesda. They always are like 4 out of 5 at least, and that's, honestly, that's probably New Vegas. So, nice way to kick off this whole E3 thing as well. I'll be doing all the E3 conferences, you know, well, all the important ones. We'll go on to the Xbox One next. Not my specialty, but I will go over the main points. We'll then go to Ubisoft, and then Sony. And that's basically it. There aren't really many other important conferences. It's been the Geordie Jedi. Leave a like if you can, it really helps. Subscribe for more videos. I'll see you later.